My name is Mamelang Spanda. I'm here to interview the interview that I have, who is our Beitbridge East MP. May you please introduce yourself?
Thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. I will try and just be brief to give you my background because if I have to go through it, it's going to take long. Basically, my name is Nguluvhe, member of Parliament of Beitbridge East constituency, which has got 10 wards, 3 wards in town, that's Ward 2, 3 and 6, and another 7 wards in rural. Albert Nguluvhe born some 68 years ago in a village called Shapongwe, which is 31 kilometers from here. Grew up, educated in this district, did my primary at Beitbridge Mission, secondary part of it in Manama, left the country January 1977 for Zambia, where I trained under Zipra. One of those cadres who was fortunate enough to go abroad and specialize in security. And by 1978, I was attached to the then ZAB leader, Joshua Nkomo, whom I worked with throughout, attended Lancaster conference, came back end of 79 after Lancaster and joined the government, worked in the then Prime Minister's office with the current president in the Prime Minister's department, rose through the ranks, ended up by 2018 as the National Director of Security, whereby I retired and joined the politics and became the MP of Beitbridge East constituency. Besides being a member of Parliament in 2018, first term, I was also a member of a Committee of Defense, Home Affairs and Security Services. Then again, 2023, I went back, I was re-elected and became an MP of Beitbridge East constituency after its changes of boundaries, but I still remained, that's the delimitation, still remained the MP of Beitbridge East. Currently, last year, I was then made Chairman of Defense, Home Affairs, War Veterans and Security Services for a year. December, I was then upgraded to be in the Speaker's panel. What it means in layman's language is more or less like you are an Assistant Speaker. I preside over Parliament anytime as assigned by the Speaker. So that's basically who I am.
So, like to know the list of the things that you've been giving to the people, like for maybe you can start by telling us the motivation that motivated you to do so.
I think as when I introduced myself, I told you that I was a freedom fighter. I joined the liberation when I was very young, and I understood why I went to war, what we were fighting for, beside liberating our own country. I then had to understand, as I was working with the late Nkomo, father's mom, that it's not only about you, but it's all about other people. That on its own made me to say, if these old people could sacrifice their years in jail for the sake of us, why can't I also do the same? Why can't I also give it back to the community? And this is what I've been doing since I came in the country, or since I started working. I have been assisting people when I was working, but it was not known because I was not in the public domain. But I've helped a lot of people in terms of employment in the security sector. That is in the army, prison department, in the police. I was using my influence to get people recruited there. So that's what I've been doing. And when I came here as an MP, besides you represent the people, you hear their views, you see how people are living, and they find that yes, the government is there to provide the services to the people. But you can also learn and agree that you have also must contribute something to the community. So my first call when I came was when I went to the hospital. I discovered that there was a lot in terms of equipment, a lot in terms of even the uniform of the people. For information, you might not know that I had to purchase or take their clothes and make gowns which are put by the doctors to go to the theaters, 11 of them. That was 2019. And I contributed a lot of equipment which is being used in the theaters there. When I went around, I saw my colleagues who were together sharing the trenches, who were injured during the war, and they were these limbs, and they didn't have walking sticks and all those things. I had to source that. And also when I looked around the community, this area is very hot. I then discovered that we have those of us who are unfortunate, who have albino, and I had to look for that lotion so that they can have a better living. And I then discovered that we have children who are very bright, but they are failing to go to school because the parents can't make it. And then for information, I'm paying fees for about 14 children, that is the girl child and the boy. Each ward identifies 2 kids who are intelligent enough. I take them from Form 3 to Form 6 and I pay for their fees. So I think basically I feel that I must also contribute as a human being. So that's what I can say.
So basically, this is a way of you giving back to the community.
Yes.
I also want to ask that what do you really consider when you are giving? What do you really consider? Like, do you just do it for each and every one, or you consider the backgrounds? You consider, what do you consider?
Thank you very much. What happens when you are working with the people, where they are assisting? Well, I didn't help you that. There's a school called Langeni. I contributed 100 bags of cement to build a secondary school. A clinic in Dumba, I also contributed 100 bags. So what happens, to answer you, you don't impose your assistance to people. You listen to them. Then you react from what they want. So even when I go to the wards, I don't know everyone in the ward. So I involve the community. The community are the ones which come with their needs. And those which I can assist, I will assist. Those which I can't, I will try and use my influence to assist, to beg. You will remember during COVID, there was hunger, everyone here. I had personal, because I knew the president, I had worked with him when he was the Minister of State Security. I had to go to him and say, people in Beitbridge are suffering. And maybe you were young, but then I was given almost 60 tons of rice, which I came and distributed, but I couldn't on my own. I had to involve the churches. The churches are the ones who identified the people in the need. It's the same with this currently rice. I discovered that 4 tons was not much, 80 bags. I then looked around and said, look, I've seen children who are not going to school because I hear, because of hunger. They walk long distances. And then I discovered that the government had a program, feed scheme program. So they give them meal chunks. Then I said, why don't you, I contribute to this rice you has given the president, so that you entice these children to go to school. They have also 1 cup, 2-3 teaspoons of rice. So what I decided was to go to the Minister of Education, give me all the schools in my constituency, which are number about 52, 53, and then I said, as you give them the chunks, I will also be providing with the 50 kg of rice. All the schools in my constituency, I was given the list by the Minister of Education. So it's not me who went to look for the schools. It's the education who gave me the schools. Then I gave him the rice. So it is the people who identify for me.
You have been saying that you are not the one who is identifying the people, the community, the churches, and other people. They identify and let you know, and then you render your services. So now we would like to know what are the impactations so far, like the feedbacks that you have got from the community?
The feedback is big, and it has an impact. I would tell you that. Let me go to the Secret Forces. When I became an MP, people wanted to join the army. And one of the conditions was that you must have 5 O levels. But knowing very well that the people in this region, there are very few, unlike you, who could make it to have 5 O levels. I had to go and see CDF. CDF means Command Defense Forces, PV Svanda, who happened to have been my commandant when I was doing my training during the war. I explained to him that the people of Balbridge, as a district, had a challenge. Most of our kids could not make it in terms of having English, in terms of maths, because if you go to our schools, there are no laboratories, so it was difficult for our kids to pass science subjects. And I persuaded him that, please, why can't you at least exempt the children from Balbridge, 02 especially, because they could not make it to join the armed forces. And they were given the exemption. For information, the figures I'm having is now from 2020 up to present. I think people from Balbridge, they are number between 120, 130 people who have joined the army, which is over a company. So that's an impact on its own.
Really an impact.
I have people who have joined the prison. I have people who have joined the prison department. I also had to persuade the Minister of Education to bring all those teachers who had done the vendor to be brought from wherever they were in the country to come and teach in the ECD schools so that the children are taught in their mother language. And there's an impact. I'm seeing improvement. Then I've gone around the schools, seeing that they don't have computers, going to approach the government to provide computers, science subjects. But if you look of late, we're having good results, both O and A level. So the impact is there.
Yeah.
We didn't have a community radio station. We asked, who were given. So it's an impact on so on. Base station, for example, in my constituents, go to Chikwara now. There's a base station. I can now phone Chikwara. I can WhatsApp Chikwara. So that is an impact on its own.
Yeah.
Go to Chikwara irrigation scheme. It was not operating. It's operating. That's an impact on its own. So,
Yeah.
I might not see, but you can tell. I think one year or the other, I always tell people that I want to leave a legacy. I want to make sure that in one of my ones, there is a doctor whom we've produced together as a community.
Yes.
I want to produce an engineer.
You want to see your
That's
results
what
at the end of the
that's
day.
what I'm aimed to. And the thing is, we had to change the mindset of the people that we have no one who will liberate us but ourselves. But I'm seeing the impact because the clinics, the halls we're building, and the class blocks, we are involved in the community. What I do, I will talk to the traditional leaders that you are going to bring water, your crowlet, you are going to bring sand, you are going to bring labor, and we are doing it. So that's the impact, that we have changed the mindset, that they now understand that they have to do it on their own. No one will come from Harare to come and build this district for us. So there's an impact.
Yeah, it's really an impact. What are the challenges that we are facing?
I will tell you, the challenge is that our people, those mostly our business people, they still believe that the government must provide everything. It's very unfortunate that we have a lot of rich people in this province, in this district, but very few of them feel like they have a duty. Yes, I know there are few, I've seen them now assisting in the community radio launcher there. But if all of us who are contributing as business people, we should be far. So the challenge is that not all of our people understand that we should not wait for the government.
Yes.
The government is us. So, but our people, I believe because most of us who are in South Africa or went to UK, they don't want to throw back to charity. They don't want to throw back to the community where they were born. They forget. But remember when we were even in South Africa, when you die, you've seen all of them that brought here. But why can't you do something for your own community? Throw back to the community.
Yeah.
That's what the challenge I'm facing.
facing.
But slowly, I want to we're getting there.
Yeah.
Rome was never built in one day. But
that's
I
true.
believe as we continue to educate, I'm happy. You're aware that in this part of the world, besides the community radio, we didn't have such thing like what you're having, your private Ziyah, whatever call it here. This is the first time we're having it. So I believe as people, you invite people, I've seen you covering soccer matches. It's going out. You're educating people. So I believe we change the mindset at the end. Some of these challenges will go over there.
What are the future plans? What are you doing for this project to keep on going in the next coming years?
Thank
with
you.
the challenges that we have?
This project is not driven by the MP as an individual.
All right.
This project is to be driven by the people. Once we are over with the mindset of our people, once our people understand that no one but ourselves have to do it, I see ourselves or myself being satisfied that whatever vision has been said by the president will get there. So I don't see us failing because, like I said, I'm seeing a drift of the people, of the mindset. I've seen our people getting involved. I believe one of the issues was lack of information. I believe we should not impose things into the people before explain. Let's explain what we intend to do as leaders. Then the people must own whatever you want to bring to the people. Once they own it, no one will stop it. You will understand that during our own liberation, few nationalists started this thing. In the 50s, 60s, they were detained. But come 1970s, when everyone understood the reason why we had to fight for independence, all corners of the country, children went out to join the liberation struggle because they had now understood. So I don't see this thing, what I've started or what I'm carrying on, failing, because the idea is people must own it. And whoever the children I'm assisting, I always tell them that, please don't forget where you came from. Otherwise, I would have stayed in Harare. I've been in Harare for 37 years. But I knew where I came from. That's why I came back, so that I'd be seen suffering from the people where I come from. I'm a rural person. I stay in the rural. I stay in town, yes, but I'm a rural person. I believe we should start from the village. That's what they say, everything starts from the cell. I'll start with them, and I don't see myself failing. I'm seeing us winning because I've won the minds of the traditional leaders who are the owners of the land. I've won the parents, because currently a lot of parents are now phoning me that, look, that 50 kg you gave to our school is making an impact. Our children are now going to school, and we never thought you'd give us rice. So that's on its own. It means tomorrow when I say I intend to meet you as the parents, they will come. Because now I'm encouraging them that let's pay for the school fees. I'll give you one example. We had a project somewhere where we were supposed to pay a builder, and these people said they had no money. I said, how many villages are here, homesteads? They said, we have got 300 homesteads. I said, fine. Is there any homestead here which doesn't have one chicken? A road run. They said, we all have. I said, can I please have one road run in each? They gave me 300 road runners. I ferried them to the place called the Speed. Because we wanted the only 7,000, I sold those for 50 rand. 50 times 300 gives me 15,000. I took that 15,000 back to those people. We took 7,000 and paid the builder. and we had 8,000 remaining as the change. So you are forcing or you are educating people to work together.
Yes.
When they work together, they can achieve something. So I believe we are doing something. I think what lacks is people to be shown the way. Don't crook them. Involve them like this. It's not me. I said, bring your chickens. There's the car. Let's go.
You.
And I got them a market.
So now I would like to understand that as the Honorable MP, right? How can you educate others, like your colleagues, so that maybe they can join you in this good initiative?
Okay. What happens is, as MPs, we have what we call constituency updates.
All right.
Whatever I do, maybe a lot of my groups, I update. If the government is doing road construction, update. Clinic, update. This, like what we the delegates from ZANU-PF, I update. Now, for example, the issue of rice, I updated. Unfortunately, when I went to distribute the rice at the mission, schools from Badbridge West were saying, but what happens to our MPs? I said, everyone was given to choose. But I'm able to say one or two MPs phoned me and said, look, how did you do it?
Correct.
They said, why didn't you inform us that this is what we're going to do? Because we're having challenges. Because I saw the senator distributing the vulnerables moving around. So I said, no, I cannot go and give the same people. Why can't I give the schools?
Yeah.
So my updates, I've discovered that they are actually helping. And fortunately, I am in Matabele South in ZANU-PF. I'm what they call the chief whip of all MPs. So before we go to caucus, we caucus as a Matabele South and say, what are we supposed to do as MPs? So I'm working well with the MP of Badbridge West, we share, Gwanda Chitaza we share, Marupi, Gwanda South we share. Yeah, so far. In Caesar South we share, Zingman we share ideas and MPs. And I say, they ask, how do you do it? I'm teaching that I involve the people. I don't impose anything. And one thing I tell them that I'm always with the people. When there are funerals, I attend. I hear their problems during the funerals. When there are soccer matches, I attend. When there are weddings, I attend. When there are church services, I attend. So I involve myself to everything. I tend to listen. Then where I can proffer a solution, I proffer. So I encourage my fellow honorables that attend to the people. You are sent to Parliament to represent them, but you must come back and give them feedbacks. That's where I see some of my colleagues, they like to give feedbacks. And they like to come back and attend. These people have elected us to represent them. But also when they are in sorrows, be part and parcel of them. That's my advice.
All right. I really got something important there. The fact that you said you should attend to people so that you hear you hear and know their needs. Through attending those weddings, funerals, you get to know what your people like. You get to know how you can help. Right.
I will tell you one more. Each word, I told you about the words. I've opened a group, WhatsApp group. I call them in Venda Mvera Panda. Mvera Panda ya Chipise,
Right.
ya Chikwerenge, ya Tsetana, ya Matibe. Each one I have a WhatsApp group. So what happens every evening, I sleep at 12. I see the complaints, the issues. The ones which I can answer, I answer them. Those which I cannot, I take note. That they are complaining that there's no water. The following day they will see me there. Try to check whether it's true that there's no more they have done. So this is what I do. Okay. So I've also encouraged my fellow MPs. They said, but this people shout at, as I said, don't worry. They can shout, say anything. You can respond or you don't respond. But what is important, the message you would have got it. That this is their need. This is how I operate.
All right. Thank you so much, our Honorable MP, for your time. We really appreciate, because surely we have learned a lot with the viewers. The plowing back issue, it's really a good gesture to the community, and also teaching us about knowing where we come from. It's actually a great thing. To our viewers also, I would like to appreciate you so much for going through our interview with us, as I was interviewing our Honorable MP. Follow us on our social media platforms, on Facebook, on Twitter. That's where you can find us.